Yo,
Oh, we
Exes Part 2,
part
yo.
2.
Part 2 of the X Games. X Factor.
You gotta put it in drive. That's why it's
I gotta put it on the
car is
ashtray.
normally in drive.
Yeah, you know what? Wow, y'all both gonna do this to me? Yeah, I'm about to cuss both of y'all out. Hold up.
You getting out the car to curse somebody out, really? But sir, can you move though? But can you move, sir? Fucking people with their dogs and shit. Hey, doggy, Pomeranian, come here.
This nigga dog sitting. It wouldn't let me be no dog
Wife's
sitting.
gonna be mad.
It wouldn't let me be no dog sitting.
Who wouldn't?
What's they called?
Oh, some pet joint or whatever.
Some dumbass app. Just trying to get money.
I'm trying to drop off the dog at the groom.
It is.
Give me a break, sir.
I think she was parking spot. Trying to Bogart.
So yeah,
So last
part
night,
2 exes.
part 2 of Exes. Last night, baby made pasta. My baby made motherfucking pasta. There's pasta in there. We was about to go eat, but it's pasta in there. That's what we telling our kids, yeah. But we was talking about our exes or whatever. She talked about the dude that put his hands on her first. So
Yeah.
next, I mean, let me see. My exes, who's next? Okay. I talked about that crazy one. Okay. There would be the ex when I was 20 years old. So this girl, I really was playing Captain Save-A-Ho. This was a terrible time in my life because I was very depressed. And this girl, she really came out of nowhere, really like helping me. And that's how it always happened. I'd be in despair and the girl come start helping me and shit. And
Good thing I ain't start helping you.
Yeah, shit. So this time I start helping her. But it's another story. Basically, okay, why is he so close? I'm trying to flash that ring. But anyway, so I meet her. First of all, I was like, yo, I think I know you. Did not know her from a can of paint. That's how I met her. I was like,
I would have been like, no, you don't.
Yeah. It's like, I think I know you. Got a number.
She probably was so hyped, like, oh, you know me.
Little dumb John, yeah. Then
I don't know if I'm where. He might be trying to kill me, but whatever.
But yeah, I feel like, her body looked one way when I met her. Then when I seen her, when I chilled with her, her choice of clothes was like really like, you could tell something was kind of missing. You know what I mean? I'm like, but anyway, she started ordering mad food. We start kicking it and all of that. You know what I mean? We start chopping it up, having sex and stuff. It got down to a point where she kept coming out of her pockets all the time. And then we would just be chilling and she would just order food, big ass cheesesteaks out the hair before I was vegan, the size of my arm and shit, like all that. And
she was making you fat, huh?
No, then she was like, I'll pay for you to drop your album. And I was like, oh word. And then I started going in on the crazy album and shit like that. We did our thing. She was helping me a lot. And it came down to, we were just friends though. She ain't like that, but it got to this point where after like 8 months, she was like, we not no best friends no more and shit. I ain't trying to hear all that. And I was like, I really wasn't trying to go with her because I already felt like she was just easy and Karen didn't have boundaries like that. But over time, like I was grooming her like too, like I was helping her do certain things. Like I was helping her with her feminine hygiene. I was helping her pick better clothes that fit her body better. And I was helping her lose a little weight too. So like, basically, I knew like if I went with her, she would try to trade on me because I told her, I was like, yo, I don't know, I might be an asshole for saying this. I was like, if you like a 4, by the time I'm done helping you, you're gonna be like a 9 and you're gonna play me. And that's exactly what happened. I helped her get from what y'all probably rate as a 4 to like what y'all probably rate as a 9, and she did play me. She cheated on me with like older niggas in her hood and shit. And she made drama when I went around there. So I ain't fuck with her ever again. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah, you next.
Okay, so next would be, oh man, I was in this relationship for about, I guess you could say like 3.5 years, almost 4. We was friends first. And I liked him a lot. Yeah, he was doing drugs when we first started talking. Like, he would pop perks, Xans, Zipline and stuff, and I would be like, you ain't gotta do that. I thought he had like a little control over it, but obviously he didn't, because maybe 2 years later, found out he's shooting up heroin. And yeah, so
He went from a baseball cap to a cowboy hat.
the love of my life turned into
Texas style.
a drug addict, like to the point
So
where
it's not funny.
he looked like a star. Everybody wants to be around him, wants to collaborate and work with him as an artist. To you look like a bum on the street and you look like you stink. He had the best hygiene ever. Used to have a phone to no phone, crappy hygiene, ignoring all the problems, all his problems, all your issues and stuff. So yeah, that ended. He was shooting up while we were still together, but I didn't know, and other people around me thought that I knew. And he was dozing off and stuff, and I thought that it was from Xans, and I'd be telling him like, yo, stop doing them Xans. He was like, I'm not. Okay, he wasn't, but he was doing something else. It wasn't telling me.
That's bananas.
Yeah. So, yeah, that ended because of drugs. Y'all, don't do drugs. Just smoke weed.
Just smoke weed.
Just smoke weed.
Yeah. So I talked about the fake girlfriends. I talked about Alright, so the next relationship would happen to be a relationship. This one lasted like 2.5 years. All my relationships like 2.5 years. But
I had longer relationships than you.
That's what's up. But yeah, so basically my mom's house just got foreclosed. The house I grew up in for 23 years just got foreclosed. I'm in despair again, obviously. I don't only need women when I'm in despair. That's fucked up. But so we lost the crib. I'm living with my aunt. Me, my mom, and my brother living with my aunt or something like that. And what happened was, I was out at the hookah lounge one night and I met this girl or whatever. This when I was going around, because I was like basically staging meetings between people to come and just shoot the intellectual shit in the city. And I was going around, I was going up there, and this when I was in the pickup real heavy at the time. So I was looking for a random 10 to kiss on, because I can find out that through all of my male energy that bitches really be with whatever on some type of wave, or if I just keep the flow going and just keep my confidence up, I should be able to make out and pull one night stands. That kind of thing really work, but I'm not about to sit there and teach motherfuckers that. But I was out, hunting with the guys, and I met this young lady, and she just stood out to me. But I was coming up to everybody acting like I host events, which it was kind of an event, but I never really probably threw another one after that one didn't pop. But the first one did pop. But I came up to her like, yeah, I do these events, blah, 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 yeah, rappers, singers, all that. She's like, yeah, she raps and sings or whatever. I was like, people that do modeling or,
Civic, that's the one of the places that rented for Airbnb.
Okay. Do like events or like photography or modeling. Anybody come out, talk, get each other number, whatever. Got her information. We started just texting paragraphs the next morning back and forth. And it just didn't stop from there. She showed up to my crib with a plate of food. Like, how you think I cook? I'm just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But basically, she had a crib, but my aunt was kicking me out. And it came down to the point where, like, I was real heavy into Christ at the moment. I was real Christian at the time, but this is like right my time between being Christian and a Hebrew Israelite. So like this kind of like identifying with them tags anyway. But this was the time between her, so I seen something in her that really, really sparked an interest, because it made me feel like she was a real self-sacrificing person, and it seemed like she was just like a person that do anything for other people, and yeah, like, you know, I just made a joke like be my body warmth, and we were spending time together, just sleeping in the same bed, because I was sleeping in my cold ass aunt crib trying to kick me out, and you know what I mean. It came down to this point where she bought me a car out of nowhere, like just bought me a car. So she was like, you would do better with jobs and stuff if you had a car. Why you don't have a car? I'm like, why you got your license and no car? So then she like, I'm gonna buy my mom this car. She like saved her mom life. Like her mom was like homeless in Atlanta, Georgia. She went to go find her mom. She didn't meet her mom since she was 5 years old. Went to go find her mom, but got her mom life together, schizophrenic, all that type of stuff. It was just a real beautiful thing to see, and we just we hit it off. But once like everything was like settled in, like once it was like, I'm gonna branch off from my family, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna stay with her, I'm gonna do everything like that, it became a constant concentration on what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, and it became every other day arguments on what I'm gonna do with my life. And like, you know, I make music, you know, I'm an artist, you know, I'm a creative, you know, I'm like, it's just like I keep money in my pocket, I keep a job, might be different jobs, you know. It's like, well, you need to go to school, or you need to, she just was trying to change me and control me. And then we lost both of our cars, and then we got this crazy ass 2016 Camaro, and then that just led to our demise, like as far as speeding tickets, both of us. So like that was just fucked up. But at the end of the day, we ended up with like nothing. But like, you know, we was really heavy into the religion and faith. We started to be considered married at that point, but this before we changed names. We didn't have a wedding, but we did consider it marriage amongst each other and amongst our titles. So this, and it was what it was. I believe anybody that you had unprotected sex with and plan a fucking family with is your wife, if you're a man. If you're doing something otherwise, you're just calling it something different, but it is what it is. But yeah, we got to this point where she just like, we just had nothing. Like we literally just staying in her cousin crib and we had nothing. And she just started to just do whatever. Like it came a point where we would get real physical and domestic and argue, and we would fight and shit. Like there had just become times where we just didn't want to be with each other, but we had stuck with each other. It was just real toxic, you know what I mean? And I had a point to prove. Like I had a point to prove that this the woman for me, everybody's wrong, and I'm gonna go all the way with her, even if that means leaving my house and my family to go be with her cousin. And I was with her cousin for 9 months. We was with her cousin for 8 months. I was gonna wait 9 months and go back home, but we was with her cousin for 8 months, right there in the vicinity. I didn't speak to my family or none of that. Like I had a chip on my shoulder that this relationship have to go somewhere because everybody's trying to tell me how to live. So I'm gonna pack my shit up, I'm gonna take my wife with me, and we out. And that's how I felt, because we got in a crazy argument in my house over some food between me and my mom, and one of my sisters acted like it was stupid. She acted like she wanted to attack me or something like that, and I just didn't feel like it was a safe place to be no more for us and what we try and do and grow towards. Like, but then we found out we was Moors. So being held together by a doctrine, being married by God, being married by the city when we were citizens. When we were citizens, we went to elope. And then they said you could just sign your name on everything as it is if you really wanted to eventually change legally. So we were already doing that with the last name shit. And then we became Moors. We completely changed our entire names. And that was just like a fight of freedom. But in that fight of freedom, we found out different things about the Bible, which made her change her mind. And different things about God and male energy altogether that made her say fuck men and fuck the fact you even think God might be a man. Yeah, it got real ugly. She started doing what she want, you don't control me type shit. You know, and then she found out her ex went to the army. Her ex that went to the army kept hitting her up, and he blacked her eye before, you know. It's just like, why would you want a nigga that blacked your eye before? You know what I mean? But her ex went to the army, and I feel like she just had to see what that dick like, y'all. That's what I feel like. But one day she left her phone in the crib. I picked her phone up, and I seen a big message from him disappear. Like she deleted it and closed her phone too fast. When I opened it, it finished deleting in my face, and it was just like, where is she this morning? So like, you know what I mean? Like, it created a lot of trust issues for somebody to be able to tell me that they want a lot of things with me and for life, and between me and God, and change their mind on God, change their mind on the city, change their mind on me and all my power. And it showed me how you really can rebel and escape against any power, no human beings can really belong to each other. People want to do what they want to do, and somebody's decision can be conditional. Not saying hers is, y'all, but just saying, like, yeah, like, so that's how that ended. That thing happened that day.
What the hell is you doing,
Yeah, he's
sir?
a dickhead. I would have rumble bull. But basically, that's how that happened that day. I ain't gonna lie, I smashed her phone. I threw that shit down the basement, and I packed all my shit up, because when she came in from work, it was just, she went right to bed. I was like, oh hell no. And I took her phone, threw it at the heater, went downstairs. She ain't even moved. She just laid in the bed with a broke phone inside the heater. I went downstairs, took all my shit, got on my bike, went to my mom's crib, got her truck, came back, got all my shit, put it in the truck. Sorry mom, sorry family. Depressing that summer. Then it follows a prostitute fucking burned me by accident. Like, it can't get no fucking worse. But yeah, that was my marriage ex. Yeah.
Is it my turn again?
It's your turn again, my mom.
Oh, so my next ex is
Then we got 18 minutes? What, 16? God damn, go ahead, man. One more. Go ahead. We got to close it.
so after the drug addict, it was.
Pasta last night, though.
All right, I did talk to this dude. He wasn't my boyfriend, but he was so insecure and accusing me of stuff that I was not doing. Talking about some, whatever you about to go do, whoever you chilling with. Sir, I was only trying to talk to you, and I was trying to be in a relationship with you, but now since you're so insecure, fuck you, Virgo. And he had halitosis.
The halitosis, Virgo.
So
That means he only brushed the front of his teeth.
Next is the dude that wanted to scheme me for my money. And he always said, I admired the fact that you are a hustler, a go-getter. And he met me doing my thing, doing my business, on my grind. And he said he was going to talk to one of us, me or my cousin. I mean, obviously it was going to be me because I'm chocolate and natural. And she wear weaves and makeup. But yeah.
Obviously.
But he told me he loved me very early. Like before 3 months.
Like same day I met you.
I was
Girl,
like,
I love you. Hi.
No, not the same day. Then I was just like, I don't think you do. He was like, yes, I do. I said, no, you don't. He said, yes, I do. I said, no, you don't. I said, you know what, fine. I'm not going to tell you how you feel. That's how you feel. Then it got to the point where I was like, well, all right, I love you. You better not play no games with me or I will kill you. Then it got to the point where he was just always asking and expecting stuff. Like,
This the one that lied about his age?
yeah, and he lied about his age. He said he was 28. But really, he was 30, about to be 31 or something like that. Like, why would you lie about your age? And that's not even a lot. Like, I would have talked to you still. And then, like...
I thought he was 28 and 32.
He was 28. He really was 31, 32.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
you
what
said 30, 31. Throw that 32 in
30,
there.
31, 32,
Throw 33
whatever.
in there. 34 in there.
But he, then it gets to the point where he always asking me for weed. He always expecting me to roll up because he see I got like a lot of weed all the time because I like to smoke a lot of weed and stuff. And then it went to the point where he said he wanted to invest into my business, but what you invested, you used all of it up. So how you think you're going to get any money back? Then he like, oh, well, where my money at? You don't get no money because you breached contract. You said you wanted to invest and the investment goes towards my goal and I haven't met my goal. So how do you think that you're going to get anything? You have breached contract and you don't get anything. But I gave him what he gave me. I gave him back what he gave me. You shouldn't have got nothing at all because you already used the product. You gave me money for product and you used the product. And you breached contract. So you try to scheme me for my money. Then you like, oh, I need you to get me to work. I need transportation for work. I need you to can you put some weed in the mailbox for me so I can go to work? Oh, you know you put 2 roll-ups in here but only enough for 1 L. Yes.
Yo, stop.
Yes.
Stop.
I was like, oh
Stop,
no.
yo.
Then one day, like,
oh no,
he talking about something. He want to break up with me over some dumb stuff. I'm like, nigga, just yesterday, and that's why I don't like when people try to say some shit to you last night, and the next day switch up, and he did a switch up on me. I was like, no, fuck that. And I went around to his house and was like, give me my flyers and give me my necklace, and he wouldn't give me my flyers. Talking about, oh, I'm gonna come drop it off. I'm like, no, you're not, because you're a liar. Because you said you was gonna do this and you didn't do it, so you're a liar. And he's like, I'm just drop it off. I'm gonna drop it off. Chill. No, I'm not doing nothing. And then he wanna be like, so what happened? I'm in his vicinity, in his space, and he wanna keep pushing me away from him. I'm like, give me my stuff. He would push me. Then it got to the point where he just socked me or whatever. He might sock me like 2 times.
For the white audience that doesn't know, in the non-Philadelphia audience,
he punched me in the eye 2 times.
That's a soccer punch.
Boom. He punched me in the eye 2 times. It was this eye though. Why I keep getting hit in the same eye? First of all, luckily it's still good. But yeah, it done hit me in my eye and
still sexy.
What else happened? It was my eye and something else. I forget, but I was like, no, he didn't just punch me in my eye. Well, guess what I did after he punched me in my eye? I waited till he drove off the block, right? And I threw 2 big ass rocks in him and his brother's house window. I was like, boom, broke them joints. I guess he spent back around and seen it, and then he pulled up to my block or calling me, talking about something. Oh, you owe me this for my window. You owe me that for my window. Tell your pops I need this. I'm like, you're not getting anything. Then he come around to my house trying to start trouble with his little ass friend who ain't gonna do shit. You hit me in front of your little ass friend who ain't do shit. You come back around with your little ass friend with no heat. Y'all ain't do shit. Come on, you gonna do this, and that. You ain't do shit. You ain't put your hands on my dad. You said you ain't want to fight, and you got back in the car. And then you gonna text me, oh, this is how much it is for my window. Tell your pops. I'm not telling him nothing. Then you want to keep calling me after. He called me 3, 4, 5, 6 times since then. Every time you get cursed out, hung up on, you blocked on Instagram. Like, I don't get it. He calls me at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning for some weed. About some baby, I need help. I said, babe, what? Cotty, I'm like, babe. I'm like, call him back and ask him what he need help with. But he ain't answering.
Like, you cannot.
Then he called when we was in Walmart.
Just gonna beat her up.
He talking about something.
Yo, not together. Then call her out of nowhere 3 months later talking about babe. Like, that's to make me think y'all had a babe cordial going on somewhere earlier.
He called me baby when we was in a relationship.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like, nigga, it ain't been no relationship with the.
So yeah, we in Walmart and shit, and he called, and I'm like, I'm like, what did you want? Oh, I needed some weed. You think I'ma sell you weed? I should have just knocked on your door. I don't even live there no more. And if you knock on my door, my dad gonna break your arm. So go ahead and take your ass whooping.
I just get weird unknown numbers from exes.
He's like, well, where you at now? None of your fucking business. Fuck you. Now if you got anything else to say, you know my number. You can cash at me. Click. What are you saying, babe?
Yeah, it's just, you know. I mean, I just get like, I don't get the whole reach out. I mean, I did get a reach out, like what?
He get bitches playing on his phone.
Yeah, I get people playing on my mom's phone.
And playing on his mom's phone.
Oh, and playing on my mom's phone. So basically, what happened? Motherfucking. So the next relationship, this is like one of them fake relationships again. So somebody like, oh, I'm never gonna lead you astray like your ex-wife did if you marry me, and all this little shit like that. But it's just somebody who was cool, who I felt like was a good friend, but she was a real sexual person. And she's a fucking sexual person. And if you follow her Instagram, if you follow her Facebook, you know she's a fucking sexual fucking person. She fucking always like to have her nipples out. She have naked Instagrams, and she like to follow bitches nigga. Yes, she does. She's in drama for that now. She got history of licking niggas' ass. I don't get into that.
She a booty licker.
She tried that shit on. Like, she ain't try it on me, but she like, I had to, yo, get back up. What the fuck is you doing? Too much douche tonight. No. Like, yeah, she was that. But yeah, she just was a liar. Like, you know what I mean? She was a real restless liar without a phone. So she wanted to be my girl on what was that, December 11th? 19 days later, she bringing New Year's in, sucking her ex dick. So that, she think that was a 2-month relationship or something, but even 2 months not a relationship, you know what I mean? I had to rumble her ex. He was in her room one time, like, you know what I mean? Just dirty shit.
He
like,
coming over and I don't even know why.
Yeah, because bitch, you inviting them. But her sister said she'd get me killed because I knocked her jacket over. Her sister's epileptic, so it's easy for me to just make one phone call to get her knocked into a seizure. But like I don't play with people's life like that. You know what I mean? Like people don't love themselves, so it is what it is. But that was not that. That was not a June. That was just like I feel as though it was what it was the whole time. But when you start to question, you know, the whole time, was it just better off as friends? Probably. Like, you know what I mean? I wanted to stay friends, but for some reason...
He always want to stay friends.
Yeah, like...
He trying to be my friend.
I gotta learn how to, like... Well, no, I don't. I don't gotta learn that shit no more.
He trying to be my friend, y'all.
I'm not trying to be your friend.
Guess what?
Not no friend.
Guess what? We not friends.
Y'all, we just friends.
You my man.
That's my big
So next video is going to be how we met.
How we met. Wow.
How we met, because that's the end of the exes and wannabe exes.
Yeah.
And then we came and ran across each other.
And then yeah.
So goodbye.